And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Flagler Weather Update. Today is the 15th of November, 2025. Can you believe we're halfway through the month here? So, not a whole lot going on weather wise. We're going to get right to it, though, and talk about what's going on. First, let's talk about the tropics. Guess what? There's nothing going on. So, it looks like it's looking more and more likely we're going to escape hurricane season unscathed as far as tropical cyclones go. Few nor'easters we had earlier, and we could always get another one of those down the line. But right now, we are looking at no tropical development through the end of November. So this is definitely very good news. Keep in mind that things can change. These forecasts can get updated, so don't throw everything away just yet. But right now, things are looking really, really good. And usually, if you do get a storm this late in the season, they're typically not that strong. So, but we're looking really, really good there. So that's definitely some good news there. So, looking at the weather map here, high pressure. Looks like we got a weak front that's going to come through here. Middle part of the week, it gets to us, stalls out. But it's not really going to have any impact on our weather as high pressure maintains control. So, how are things looking here as we go through the next several days? So looking at tomorrow morning's low temperatures, lows largely in the 50s, high temperatures largely right near 80 degrees, a little bit cooler at the beaches. And as we go through the rest of the week, expect generally highs in the 50s, looks like it's warming up a little bit. Then temperatures peaking like upper 70s and they're 80, low temperatures largely in the 50s. And we don't see any significant changes to that through the week. Some days maybe just a little bit warmer than others, some days a little cooler than others, but we don't see any real significant temperature changes. So expect highs right around 80 degrees, might be a little cooler, a little warmer. Lows 55 to 60. Some nights a little cooler, some nights a little warmer. So, taking a look at precipitation chances, we are dry through the next 7 days. There is no chance of rain at all. Looking at rainfall amounts, we stay dry through the next 7 days. So, we're going to start, getting to the point where we're going to start talking about drought index numbers. We're not up getting there yet. We're about 180 or so in the drought index. Usually, when you get over 300 is when you start having some serious problems. So, we're not there yet with any of that. So, looking at let's get over here and look at. I was going to look at here wind. So is it going to be gusty, breezy wind any of these days coming up? Not really. Gust up to 20 miles an hour. Low temperatures largely. Breezy conditions rather. What am I talking about here? So gust up to 15 miles an hour. 15 to 20. Tomorrow might be gusty up to 22 miles an hour. We're not really going to see any significant winds here as we go through the week ahead. Let's talk further into the future. Before we do that, let's talk about the sun. Let me get a drink of water real quick. So, anyways, we did have the Aurora Borealis visible here in Flagler County on Veterans Day. That's quite rare. The last time it happened was in 2024, and the last time it happened before that was a long, long ways back. But the most significant Northern Lights display we've ever seen here in Flagler County was in 1989. It was in March, and it was a very vivid, bright display. You could see it anywhere. It lit up the landscape, and it was part of a significant solar storm. So the sunspots that caused all those problems have now moved off our side of the sun. They have kind of moved around to the backside. So we're expecting a little less activity. Looking at the Northern Lights forecast here, it's staying well off to the north, not even remotely close to the United States or anything like that. And looking at how the sun, we don't see any ejections or anything like that going on. And this peak right here, this is when we had that last solar storm. You can see things have begun to settle. You see here things have settled with the protons going through, and overall activity is down in the lower levels. So no chance of any northern lights coming back, at least for now. Now, with that being said, the sun is still quite active, and it's just coming past the peak of the solar cycle. So there is chances of additional flares the next several months. So we could have some good flares. and maybe, very rare, but maybe another opportunity to see the northern lights. So, a good website to watch is this Space Prediction Center, Space Weather Prediction Center, and they will have all the forecasts. If you see a G4 storm or higher, then you know that's when you want to go look for that potential there. But right now, things are settled. So let's talk about long range forecast now. So this takes us 8 to 14 days into the future. So this is November 23rd to November 29th, right through the holidays. We're looking at largely above normal temperatures for the entire state of Florida. It doesn't mean that every single day is going to be warm, but on the average, temperatures will be above normal. And about equal chances of precipitation, maybe just a slight chance of above normal, but generally equal chances of either above or below normal precipitation. I would call that. So that's going to wrap it up. Again, not a whole lot going on out there weather-wise, but I appreciate everyone taking time to tune in with us. We will likely do another update next weekend since this week looks to be very settled. We're not looking at any significant weather this week, but if something does crop up, we will do an update in the middle of the week. But our next update looks to be next weekend. So everybody out there, have a great rest of the day, great evening, and a great week ahead. Bye-bye now.